Well, Michelle Johnstone has been on TSN before, and what a career she's had. Nearly $14,000 in prize winning, a two-time Pins Game champion, going against the first-timer from Gatineau, Quebec, and that's Marie-Josee Thibault. Michelle from Regina. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come over. Just no tap.
Not quite. And you noticed that she just turned around on that one. She knew it wasn't getting close to there. Wasn't her best shot. Enough for an opportunity at the spare, which she is successful at converting. So we'll see if Marie-Josee can break the dominance.
Boy, gets it right down and then punches the head pin. Yeah, it's been a series so far dominated by experience.
Good first ball though. She got it well out in the lane. She followed through nicely, punched the head pin. But as I said before, if you're going to punch, first frame is probably the best place that it could happen.
Did well to pick up her 15 and just get rid of the nerves if she has any.
Good job of covering that off. Worst that can happen to her now is be 15 pins back after the first frame.
That's bad luck.
Good shot there. She thought it deserved better. Tracked up into the left side of the head pin and blew right by the left corner, forcing her to take this shot to try to convert. She has it.
She does.
Drives it right through the middle, so a 20 count only in the first.
She never has wasted much time. She's very quick.
She truly is. Just get up there, pick the spot, deliver the ball. And when you think about it, how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of times have these guys done this? It should be that simple.
So an open. Michelle Johnstone is a former two-time TSN Pins Game champion in 2001, 2002. Again, a rookie in Marie-Josee Thibault. They're split almost equally here as Johnstone picks up her first strike in 3.
So the first strike by either player. Michelle leads off the third. Both players have had corner pins and spares. Both players have had head pins. There's the first strike. Miscue on the first shot over to the right side. Here's the kind of thing when you're bowling against somebody like Michelle who works very fast. You can get caught up in that and start to work faster than your own tempo.
Marie-Josee is a student at the University of Quebec. He's studying international politics, hopes to get into some kind of humanitarian work when she graduates. She picks up her 15.
Okay, no pins left on the lane. No real damage done here yet. Needs to post a mark, preferably a strike. A little narrow on that one. Miss off to the left side. Back in the second, she stood a left corner and hit it thin on that side on that particular frame. Comes back, manages, not quite. Good ball, but the action on the ball, the rotation doesn't seem to quite be there. Normally you'd carry that pin off with some good fingers on the ball, if you want to call it. Pin doesn't go over, and she's forced to cover it with this for a 15 count. So only the one spare so far. Michelle Johnstone, a strike working in the third. Can double up here in 4 and 5 and put some pressure on.
Oh my. Off the wall to catch the pin on the right corner.
And you watch her now. She just stands up, picks her spot out, reaches through, and bang, into the pocket.
I want to ask you about the delivery because she does it. She has a backhand and then somehow comes around and finds her mark.
Brings
And
it.
That's tough.
A little bit. She throws a backup ball. So as she brings it back, she just kind of rotates it in her hand, and then as she's coming through, it's the normal delivery that you see most people. Now watch as she goes back. She backhands it through here, and then just swings it through in one motion. Good count with the aces. That gave her 41 back in the third, and then now a 28 count in the fourth. Last ball to come here. 15, the best result. It's only going to be 13, so she's 114 through the first 4 frames. Marie-Josee yet to throw a strike, but here is the time to do it. You can catch up all this pinfall with a double.
Maybe probably expected more, maybe deserved more out of that ball.
Again, that stubborn right corner, often a sign that you just are not releasing the ball quite as it should be with the good rotation to impart that good pin action. Look out. Miscue there when she had a chance to pull back in a little closer. Solid shot on that to cover it up. Trails by 34 pins now through 5 frames. So not quite the halfway point yet. Can have 12 total shots here if you can strike out in the 10th, and now gets the good result with the strike. Couldn't have come at a better time for her. She looks over at the scoreboard, and the result of this particular shot keeps her fully in the match. Michelle's first miss. Off to the right side now. 34 pin advantage, looking at a strike, and needs to convert.
Oh my.
Penalty shot, penalty shot, penalty shot. Missed it on the first ball on the middle. You get tapped on the second, now you're forced into an open frame again.
How did those two go around that corner? And she gets her max count of 15. Always to surprise me sometimes the way pins fall, whether it be in 5 or in 10 pin. You wonder, why didn't that one go down? Or how did that slide by and not take that out?
And now, second miss off to the left side. So the aces in 5 really kind of stunned her. Strikes in 3 and 4, and then that set of aces.
Oh yeah, deep breath there. As the ball came over, tracked over nicely to get the corner.
Well, and what happened to her the frame before, she thought she had the spare on that one and got tapped. That's the thing you're watching going down the lane going, oh, please, please take it. It's a good ball. I don't deserve to get tapped.
Oh boy, yeah, just caught it. Marie-Josee Thibault strike out and she misses the head pin.
No real damage on that shot. It's the count of the 2 balls now. Needs the spare to match up. That would put her within 19 pins of Michelle Johnstone.
She wears the game on her face, doesn't she?
She really does. And she's focused on the scoreboard. And while it's nice to keep that in mind, that shouldn't be your focus.
So follows the strike with a 13.
Get back to basics now. Roll the ball over your spot, reach. And really is not really holding that follow through. You see how quick it goes through and the arm is back down by her side? Really needs to hold that up there. Allow herself a chance for a thin hit. Keep the good rotation on the ball. See how the arm just goes up and is back by her side suddenly.
Not that you would want to do this and hold it, but when you think of the golfers and their finish pose, like Tiger, for example, or any of the good ones who get the big turn and it's up and they're standing and they're facing the target, is that what you're speaking of?
Exactly. Belt buckles at the target, hips are through the shot.
And it's just up and they're just launching it. And it's, the club doesn't come down until it's landed.
So now we'll watch for Michelle to try to hold that position up there. Both players are very quick through this and their arm is almost on the way back down before they finish delivering the ball. Both of them are starting to spray it all over the place. Back, it's down. Spray. We watched Bar McLaughlin. The arm just stayed up there the whole way down. Tammy Herman. The arm just stayed up there all the way down.
That's a 13 count after the spare, so 162 to 128, and Marie-Josee is not out of it.
Split now in the 9th frame. It just drops her potential down. If she could possibly spare this, which is highly unlikely. Now she's got the 15 count to look forward to. It's going to bring her up to a 222 game. Marie-Josee can bowl 218 if she strikes out. So the match is not out of question at all yet. Down to the final frames. Will Michelle have to bowl? That's the question.
Just one strike so far for Marie-Josee Thibault. Oh, again.
Hang on. Very close. You saw how her arm stayed up much better on that show. She just went through the shot.
Yes.
Look how long it stayed up in comparison to those other shots. Look at the result.
And if this comes across a little more.
It was so close.
And hold on, and it will not.
So an open frame, best she can score now if she picks this corner, 188. Michelle Johnstone right now with 177.
And we've seen some talented young bowlers in women's play. Analyze her game for me. What does she have to do?
I think in the big part is that follow-through got so lazy in the early frames here. We saw good examples of it in the 9th where she kept it up a little longer, and now in the 10th. She had 3 misses on the middle on first ball. Squeezes a chop off out of that.
So Michelle Johnstone can't be caught. We know that she'll move on now. Yeah, 170 final for Marie-Josee Thibault.
And Michelle's going to be pressed to make a 200 here. Needs to convert.
Michelle's TSN average is 252. Her league average is 241 at the Bolorama Lanes in Regina. So well below what she's
needs to catch a piece
to
of the middle. There it is.
No.
For 28 and a 205.
So she does break the 200 mark. Michelle Johnstone from Regina pulls a 205 to the 170 of Marie-Josee Thibault. And so Michelle will move on now and play Natalie Lalonde.